Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, back in the, yeah, Dwarven camp where we build tanks and run it. Tanking is hard. I've been putting a prototype through its paces, doing a bit of fine-tuning along the way. I'm happy to say it's now complete. I reckon I probably could have done it all by myself eventually, but having everyone else chip in with the work definitely helped. If we keep this up, what's Anvil will be able to achieve world domination through technology. Might need to work on the slogan a bit. Oh wait, if you're gonna produce more rolling tankards, we need to find a way to speed up the process. Time for a meeting. We're almost ready to take over, save the world with our tanks. I hope you haven't forgotten about what's in store for you once we're finished. Of course not, but in the meantime, I've got bigger fish to fry. You boy, what the bloody hell do you think you're playing at, consorting with Goggs? Bunch of stinking scruffy beards, a lot of them. Watch your tongue, Zamot, or I pull it out with your pliers. Hops balls, that's the chief. And my chief's here too. So this is where you young ones have been all this time. Explain yourself and spare me any limp-bearded excuses. Wait, what is that? Behold, the rolling tankard, one of the lost designs of the great Watts in the flesh. Well, in the metal, I suppose, but the point still stands. Yes, sir, but what the bloody hells is it? Never mind that. What I want to know is how you got your grubby little mitts on Watts designs. They were locked in an unbreakable safe. Unbreakable? Don't think so, Chief. I opened that back when I was a nipper, and I thought it's finders keepers, so I helped myself to the plants inside. You did what? Taking much overt artifacts without permission is strictly forbidden. I should banish a bloody lot of you. Steady on, Chief. I didn't even realize what's against the rules. As for you, lady, you'd better have a damn good excuse for this behavior, and I notice that ethanol mill over there is a stock design. If I find you've been sharing our secrets with a Tholl, your life won't be worth living. You can't go replicating Watt's ideas, Nilly-Willy. For all we know, this could bring about the destruction of Tomura. And even his great works are far beyond the capabilities of you whelps. And to make matters worse, the Gogg know all about it now. What's to stop them from building their own tanks and waging war on us? I don't like the sound of that. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea after all. Stop sniveling, you two. Why would Watts design something like this if he didn't want anyone to make it? We're carrying on his legacy. If taking the plants is against the rules, why did no one here know about it? Surely someone would have said something to run it if it's that severe a crime. Well, you'd think that being in a locked safe would be enough of a deterrent, but obviously not. Bugger my beard. Do I have to spell everything out? Truth be told, I never thought anyone would break the sodding lock like that. I didn't mean to harm by it, honest. Maybe if I explain why I wanted to build Watts tanks, you understand? You're cleverer and you look on it. I suppose it's no good having all that technology if we're the only ones who benefit from it. But let's make one thing clear. If you go producing a load of shoddy work, the Tholl will be the laughingstock of Northrend. Do you swear on Watts' beard that you do a proper job of it? We will. To prove that you can produce quality and quantity, I want you to complete 5 tanks by the next Beardtide Festival. Think you can manage that? Yes! Should you fail, every fall he will be sent straight back to Tomura. And that's not all. Ronnet must return Watts' hammer. Those are my conditions. Don't disappoint me. We'll be holding a demonstration at the bottom of a till over there on Beardtide. Just you see. Only 5 by Beardtide. Why not make 10? Challenge accepted. Want it? I've got something to take care of, but I'll be back soon. Suit yourself. The more I think about it, the more it pisses me off. The only reason the chief is giving me such a hard time about this is because he reckons I'm not up to the task. I've also got a sneaking suspicion he made up that rule and what's plans just to make my life miserable. He can't be the thought of me showing him up with my engineering. It looks like the only thing for it is to get those tanks built on the double. You see, Beardtide takes place roughly once a year, and it's time for the chief of Tomworld to have his beard washed. Judging by the state of it, I'd say we don't have long left. We need to have as many people working on the tanks as possible. That means making the workshop a lot bigger. I've already come up with a plan, but I need you to bring me some supplies. And this time, only your very best work will do. Got that? You'll find everything you need in the Megatoad. Request for ingredients acknowledged. Crate of workshop expansion supplies. Workshop extension supplies. Whatever it was, I just cooked it. I assume you got there in the end? Yeah, I cooked it up. Burger. Ah, yes, very good, except for this, slight impurity here. It should suffice, though. Just joking, it's damn near perfect. This will go a long way in making the workshop bigger and better than ever. One thing is bothering me, though. I haven't seen Ozark since she wandered off. Heard from one of the others she was loitering by something called Wadisca's Round. Since Chief Zamot almost bloody well banished me for taking what's plans, I reckon even harsher punishments in store for Ozark. I mean, I bet that Chief didn't take too kindly to giving away the secrets and building us an ethanol mill. Now, I know what you're thinking. Look at that daft sod wanted worrying about a Gogg. Well, I ain't. I just want to know if there's something I should be worried about. Which isn't the same thing at all. Even if there was, I doubt she'd tell me or any other Tholls, so maybe you could have a word with her? Thanks, appreciate it. If you could find out what her chief said, and if it's any cause for concern, it'd go a long way to putting my mind at ease. Hey, Ozark. Oh, it's you, Serenia. Is something matter? Wanted said you'd check up on me? Maybe he doesn't despise me as much as I have everyone believe. Oh dear, I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. You must know I didn't come down here to sulk. I just wanted to have a look around where the demonstration is due to take place. If anything ruins Ronet's big day, I'll have to wait even longer with my skills against his. But if I'm being honest, there's a little bit more to it than that. Will you promise me not to tell the others? The truth is, I have no plans to return to Como once this is all over. In fact, I'd already made the decision the day I left. So it makes no difference to whether I'm banished or not. I couldn't care less what the chief or anyone else thinks about me, as long as I can carry on with my engineering. The feeling of having an idea and seeing it come to life right before your eyes? It's indescribable. The thing is, as one of Watt's descendants, everyone has had such high expectations of me, even as a child. Build this, build that. Craft me some copper rings. No, not those copper rings, the other sort. When the pressure got too much, I'd sneak away from my teachers to play with the junk I'd collect from around the village. That's how I first met Ronald. He was a few years younger than me. He still is, as far as I know, but just like me, he was picking up pieces of scrap metal and imagining all things he could make from them. When I went over to speak to him, I found we were as alike as two peas in a pod. He loved to make things just as much as I did, and in that brief time we spent together, we talked all about ideas we'd had, and even made a sort of mechanical doll. As a sign of our newfound friendship, I gave him a Gogg coin and promised that we'd meet again. But someone must have seen us. When I got back home to the village, my parents forbade me from playing with that tall boy. And well, that was the last I saw of him. He was so young I doubt he remembers any of it. But I always cherish the memories of that day. That simple joy of making something for his own sake. Seeing Ronald and his friends working together reminded me of how I felt that day. I'd rather be here helping them build something that will make a difference to the whole of Northland than only doing what's best for the Gogg. And once that's over and done with, I'll have a chance to prove that I'm a better engineer than Ronald and claim Watt's hammer. For that is my true objective. Oh yes. It's true, well, I suppose I don't really need the hammer as such. I just thought a little competition would be healthy for the both of us. But I have a feeling that you're far too scared to be taking orders from someone like Ronald. Why are you helping him anyway? Wherever these talented hands are needed, I will be there. Well, if a staggering level of incompetence around Swords Anvil is anything to go by, those talented hands of yours will find no shortage of work. Well, we all have our own reasons for being here, I suppose. And it's not like anyone is forcing us to do this. I'm just glad to have someone other than those boorish Tholls to speak to. I mean, you, by the way. Honestly, I can't see how they get anything done over in Tomra. Did you see the way Ronald let their chief talk him into that ridiculous ultimatum? If I don't get those tanks finished in time, that'll be the end of Watt's Anvil, and everything I've worked for will go up in smoke. And worst of all, I've never get the hammer if Ronald loses to it in this stupid wager. Luckily I have a plan, but I need some time to mull over the finer points. For now, let's get back to the workshop. So, what did she say? She doesn't look over the demonstration site. Seems she wants us to pass Chief Zammer's tests, even if it's only for a chance to challenge me for Watt's hammer. Main thing is, she's sticking around long enough to help with the tanks. But enough talk, let's get to work, because if this doesn't go exactly according to plan, we're done for. Oh gods, I'm not used to this sort of pressure. What do you think of a new and improved workshop? There's no way you can fail now, right? Actually, don't answer that. won't take us anywhere near as long to build the other 4 tanks as it did the first, but we still have our work cut out for us. Might have to tell the others no sleep till we're done. And don't go thinking that excludes you. I'm expecting great things from you in the days leading up to Beard Tide, so no slacking. Watts Anvil is now equipped with everything needed to produce rolling tankards en masse. But with a day of reckoning fast approaching, will Warnet and his comrades be able to complete a column of tanks that meets Chief Zamot's exacting standards? Your reputation has increased to honored. New dwarf beast treasures are now available from Wedget. Furthermore, you will undertake 3 additional quests after accepting all current quests. And more wares. Dwarven crafts free. Here are the last of our old quests. Not for drinking. Ozok's ethanol will keep our tanks rolling well enough for the time being, but even she agrees that the future holds room for improvements. Reckon the answer might lie in the techniques used for brewing grog, which we can adapt to create new types of fuel. To that end, we decided to research as many regional brews as we can get our hands on. Any one of these fermented delights could hold the key to producing an alternative that's safe, cheap, and easy to make. You're likely wondering what your role in all of this is. Well, it's a simple one this time. I give you the coin, you buy the grog. I know, you're more than just an errand girl, but believe me, you're the only one I can trust with this job. Anyway, off to Salon with you. Should be a bloke there waiting with our order. And another quest? Perfect, just bloody perfect. Oh, our odd job automaton is broken. Poor thing looks about ready for the scrap heap. And no, we didn't shoot it with a cannon, if that's what you're thinking. It fell to pieces all on its own. We're not going to get much done around here until our favorite runner and fetcher is fixed. But that's, as you might have guessed, where you come in. Shigit will explain how you can best lend a hand. You're a wanted woman, Serenia. In a good way, I mean. One of the 2 brothers in charge of our tank exterior designs has asked me to ask you if you can borrow your artisanal expertise. I always forgot which one is which. Anyway, if you're free to lend a hand, you'll find him collecting parts and materials over at what this goes around. Okay, well... thanks for coming, Serenia. We could use another artisan to help speed the repairs along. What I need from you is a fresh batch of oil for the automaton's reserves. It's running low after leaking from several unplanned perforations, and the supply has been contaminated with debris in any case. Here's some raw materials to get you started. Anything else you can pick up from Ronet's helper across the way. Once you're satisfied with your work, I want you to deliver it to our tinkerer. You'll find him way out in the ruins they call the Mortal Irons. Safety precautions and all that. Okay, then... This is automaton repair. Thought that last bump would be the end of me. Now, the sooner that artisan arrives, the sooner I get... Lally-ho, you've brought my supplies then? This should do the trick. Thank you kindly. I know it's an odd place to make repairs, but we were worried about secondary explosions. Wouldn't do to have sparks flying near the Anvil's fuel barrels now, would it? You should probably be on your way. Try not to stomp, huh? Bet. Galileo, Serenia, Wedget passed on my message then? Good. Now we can get down to making some stealth-enhancing accessories. See, if I were a merchant in the market for a tank, I'd want a catalog of custom options designed to lower my profile and reduce the risk of alerting eaters and other wild beasts. My little brother, on the other hand, seems fixed on the idea of announcing one's presence to the whole damn world. Who would want such a thing? I need you to help me change his mind by mixing a sneaky selection of camouflage coating paint. Here, take these materials from the stock I've collected, and feel free to ask if you need more. Once you're done, deliver the goods to Regit. That'll show my brother the benefit of blending into the background. Low profile custom option. Yeah, I know I didn't need it, but habit. The cask from Master Ratchet. Yes, I have it right here. If I might trouble you for the payment. Thank you, miss. And remember, lift with your legs, not with your back. I bid you a good day. Here's your cask of grog. Back with a cask already. No trouble on the road then. It's still sealed. I mean, of course it is. I knew I could count on you. If I sent a Tholl to buy that grog, you could bet your grandmother's boots he'd have to stop somewhere and sample the merchandise. That's why I had to ask you instead. Speaking of sampling, I should probably take a little sip myself, you know, just to make sure it's... no, this is for research. You can go now. Oh good, you look decidedly unscorched. How did it go? Glad to hear that. Took us all by surprise when that automaton blew up, but I'm confident our tinkerer will get it working again. You should have seen it, just ran over in the middle of a shore and spontaneously self-destructed. All it was have it toiling from dawn to dusk, dusk to dawn, day in day out for weeks on end. Must have been effective. But with your high quality contribution, I'm sure it'll soon be back at the grindstone, this time even grindier than before. Ever heard of maintenance, guys? Got something? Low profile custom option. So this is the kind of thing he was talking about. As similar attacks become commonplace, the merchants' caravans will be wanting an edge over their competitors in the survival stakes, and these custom options are just the answer we need. Fine work, Serenia. And with that, we get a level up, and the end of the episode, I guess. Until next time, when we play more Final Fantasy XIV. I am Mace, and don't get lost.